If you like reading books with good stories, with interesting characters, with complex human relationships, with fascinating underlying themes that aren't just kind of superficial storytelling, but really encourage you to think deeply about yourself and about humanity, then this is the book that I would recommend to you. It is 100% worth the read. Hi friends, welcome back to Belle's Books. I am so happy that you are joining me today and we are just gonna sit down and talk about a book together. So please do grab a cup of tea, grab a coffee, grab a drink, sit somewhere comfy and just enjoy my review of Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. Before we get started, please don't forget to click subscribe and like this video, of course. You can also follow the link in the description box down below to join my book club if you want to read books with me and our book reading community. You are more than welcome to do that there. So to just kick it off, let me say that I was completely captured and captivated by this book. There is nothing I didn't like about it. It's long, it's about 600 pages, but I was so drawn into the book that the pages basically flew by and it really didn't feel that long at all. The character, the description, the plot, everything. I was so in love with this book. So I'll start off with just a short synopsis. Great Circle basically tells the story of Jamie and Marion, who are brother and sister and who are orphaned at a young age and kind of grow up relying on each other and have to guide each other through life. Marion goes on to become a pilot, an aeroplane flyer, whatever you want to call her. And Jamie is an artist. The story is set in the 20th century, around the time of World War II, although the actual plot of the novel kind of encompasses, I guess, the 20s all the way through, well, present day, the 20s again, so over 100 years are covered in this novel. The story is essentially about Marion and about her kind of piloting airplane career, and it kind of really covers that and is told from both her perspective and the perspective of Jamie and the perspective of a third person who is actually from the future. So this is the person from the 21st century who is an actress and who is playing the part of Marion in a film about Marion's life. So yeah, you have a whole bunch of different characters and a whole bunch of different perspectives, and the story kind of jumps back and forth from past to present, and you might be wary about that. You might think, oh, well, will that get confusing? Will I be confused? Will that be misleading? No, it isn't misleading. Everything is super clearly marked. I think sometimes authors just love to kind of be all pretentious and stupid and not clearly mark the changes of perspective and narrative because they think it makes them sound cleverer or makes the story more exciting or something. But this is really easy to kind of bounce between. So yeah, I'll just leave the synopsis and the kind of summary of what the book writing is like there, because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I do want you to kind of understand that it is historical fiction. I also don't want to give too much about the book itself away because there's so much to uncover and discover in these pages that I really feel like you'll just love to do that on your own. And I'll go on to talking about the things which I really loved about this book. So obviously this is a book about a pilot, a female pilot, and as such it is about kind of feminism and a woman's role, and kind of engages very historically with what women were expected to do pre-World War II, post-World War II, during World War II, how they were treated, and then moving into the modern day, what women are kind of expected to do now, how women are treated in the film industry. And so that's definitely a theme that comes up again and again in the book, and kind of provides, I guess, the kind of historical or structural or ideological backbone to the novel. So obviously it has this very practical story, but at the same time the writing is incredibly descriptive and incredibly beautiful. There's all kinds of landscape imagery and just incredible scenic descriptions of various countryside scenes in Alaska or in various other places around the world, and they really immerse you into the book and you really feel like you've been transported there, that you've traveled somewhere. I love feeling like I've been transported somewhere new. It is exactly the kind of beautiful descriptive writing which I love and makes me want to adventure other places, although obviously I really can't do that at all, but it makes you want to travel and go to other places and go on holiday and explore and give up your life and just run away into the wilderness. And that's the kind of book which I really love reading. I think it's kind of the perfect book for spring or summer perhaps. So the other thing that this novel was kind of inherently about is the sky and the expanse. Obviously you might kind of expect this because it is a novel about pilots and flying planes, but it's very much about stepping into the expanse of the world and kind of going beyond the limits of what you know, going somewhere new, and kind of pushing the boundaries of your life and your existence. Obviously the novel itself is called Great Circle, and there's also this kind of inherent theme throughout the novel about circles and about circling back, going back to your beginning or going back to something that once was. Kind of cycles of life, I guess. Or cycles of storytelling maybe, but there is very much a cyclical narrative thing going on in this novel. And then the other kind of main thing that this novel is about is the stories that people tell themselves and tell other people, like how they reveal who they are, and how they reveal themselves and how they kind of express themselves and how they kind of show and reach out to other people and build relationships with people, and what they choose to give away to others and what they choose to kind of keep secret and keep hidden, and what you do when the secrets and the things you want to keep hidden become revealed out of necessity. How do other people react to that? I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is a novel about characters, it's a novel about people, it's about relationships. So I'm just going to chat a little bit about the ending, because I think that endings can often make or break a book, and when you're starting something that's like 600 pages long, you want to know that the ending is a satisfying one, and I loved the ending of this book. I spent the whole novel hoping for some kind of ending that was satisfying and kind and fulfilling, and then it got to the point where I didn't think the ending could go where I wanted it to go. I'm trying not to give anything away. And then it magically, incredibly, but not like unbelievably or stupidly, went to the right place. And I, as a reader, felt completely fulfilled and excited and happy about the ending, I guess. It was what I was hoping for, but not what I was expecting, and it was plausible, but not predictable. I felt like me and the author, Maggie Shipstead, were on the same wavelength with what we wanted from the novel. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it will persuade you to read it, and I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on what I loved about it and what it's got me thinking about. As I said, I really enjoyed this novel, and I definitely recommend it to you. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more book-related content, and I will see you next time.